Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Mesified server. We are in the Nether at the amazing Donut 2.0 farm with the traffic light spawning platforms. That's what they are. Lots of you going, oh, that's the colours of my country's flag. They're actually based on traffic lights, but it's pretty cool, right? Anyway, this looks great, this area, and right now we are getting no XP whatsoever. I've got myself up to 360 levels of XP, and we have run into a problem, which I believe is a problem with the server. Let's check that I got my wings on. We are going to fly down here. I'm going to do a little turn, try and stay on the platform. Excellent. And our problem is right here. There's all of the XP, but I can't get to it because the ice has connected to the slime blocks, and this time it's done it on every single side. Now, this is because I believe I've been away from the farm longer than usual, and lots of other people have been going through the Nether, probably loading and unloading chunks. And there is something really wrong with either our server or Minecraft 1.10. This should never happen. These blocks here will always be retracted when the slime blocks extend and then retract, and then those ones will push up. So how they get stuck to the slime blocks, I don't know. It's a really big problem. We're going to try and fix it by expanding the redstone again, but it's kind of a game changer, because if I can't fix it, I don't want to use this farm. It means I have to come over here and mess around with the blocks every time, which is never fun. So we'll keep that in mind, that needs to be fixed, but we're going to work on some other redstone as well, and that is picking up all of the items. Look how much. Well, actually, not too much gold has been picked up because I've filled up my inventory with redstone to work on this, and apparently the swords take up way too much space. So what we want to do is work on the system that's going to pick up these items, and we're going to filter out the rotted flesh and the swords. So that's going to be interesting. But also, let's head down below. Got to be a little bit careful here. These guys are aggressive, I think, at the moment. What are they doing up there? I have no idea. Anyway, let's go down below a little bit, because I have been collecting some of the gold that we've been getting while we've been working on this area. I've been putting it in this chest. I want to craft it all up and see how much we've gotten so far. But I do have some still all in those hoppers and in those droppers as well. It's just all getting backed up at the moment. So I'd like to see where we're at with that and how much we have collected in total so far. And then we will go to working. Oh, I pressed spacebar. You've got to be careful with that on a ladder, because it means that your wings will deploy and you'll just plummet downwards, which is often quite dangerous. Can I reach any of the hoppers from over here? I think this is the place to do it. So yeah, I'm going to come through here, and there you go, 2 more gold nuggets. We're going to see how much stuff we have collected in total, and then we'll start work on this thing. It's just sort of hit me that taking all of these items out is a real pain. They just fill back up straight away after, and we're going to be dismantling all of this in a moment anyway, so I'll sort of filter through it then. So I'm going to stop that. We have got 53 blocks of gold, and think how much has just been wasted while these have been sitting here full. There is so much potential for this farm, and I think what we're going to do is hop into a creative world and start figuring out how all of this is going to work. So we are in the world download for the gold farm, and this is where I've done my modifications to the redstone and tweaks and changes here and there. But I've got to say, this thing probably looks quite different from how it does on the Hermitcraft server, as I haven't been in this world for a while. We've been making our modifications directly on there, and you'll see that we are in fact in the overworld, and there are zombie pigmen here, and that's because this is in the overworld, but the biome has been modified to hell, so that means it treats it like it's the Nether, and we get zombie pigmen spawning here. But in order to do our tests, we're not going to be killing the pigmen aggressively. I'll probably do a little bit of that as well. I've created some command blocks, which are going to summon in a whole bunch of these golden swords, as well as some rotted flesh, some golden nuggets, and golden ingots as well. As those are the 4 items that get dropped by the pigmen, and what we want to do is filter them out of our system that we've got down here. So we have our minecart hoppers in place to pick up items, and I do want to point out that the swords are going to make their way all the way over here, because they are not a stackable item. So what happens is the other items from this little setup here will group up, and the hoppers down below will pick them up. But when it comes to the swords, they can only pick them up one at a time, and it is the swords and the rotted flesh that we want to get rid of. And the fact that the sword isn't a stackable item means that filtering it out is going to be a little bit different. So when it comes to the rotted flesh, we're going to build a item filter somewhere around here, or maybe before we filter out the golden swords? I don't know. But if we have a look over here, you can see... Yikes, they weren't there a moment ago. I'm slightly worried as to how they've got there. I'm going to have to double check. I think I might have done something in between recording. But otherwise, all of our golden swords are in this chest right here. So what I've done is built a system to filter out the golden swords, which I thought would be really difficult. And believe it or not, this is literally the first thing that I built, and it's worked just fine. So what I was thinking is that we're going to have a lot of items going through here. And what I don't want to see happen is when we detect a golden sword, that the redstone isn't quick enough that other items will go in behind the sword. So we've got a comparator there to detect when an item is in this hopper, and what it will do is it will lock the hopper behind it. So that means it's got to wait a moment before it can go into the hopper in front, which is great because that's when we filter out the golden sword. And that bit is even simpler. It's just this redstone wire right here will turn off that torch temporarily. So the way this works is if a regular item comes through, it doesn't generate enough signal strength to reach that minecart torch. If it's a sword, it does, and then it pops down into this one, which will always have one sword in there. That's just kind of the way it works, and the rest of them will go through. Okay, you see that there? That one is for gold swords, this one is for rotted flesh, and the way it works is kind of interesting because what happens is something like gold nuggets will come through, and then it means the hopper pointing into the one in front of it can send nuggets through. So it's like one item goes through at a time, and it swaps around a little bit, and then you get all of your gold swords coming through together. But in the middle here we have some lava, so these are just droppers dropping the items into lava, and we put a block above it because lava emits light, and we're using regular ice in the Nether, so I don't want any of that melting and disappearing, which I think is how it works in the Nether. And yeah, this is basically all of it. So we've added a little impulse item filter over on this side. When I say impulse, I'm talking about the YouTuber and fellow hermit. He came up with this design right here, which is pretty much unbreakable. So rotted flesh goes through on that side, golden swords over here, and let's just double check. Yep, no gold swords came through, so it's all good. We are set to build this design on the server. And I know some of you, when you're watching these videos, you don't really get the redstone. I'm just sort of pointing at stuff and going, this does that, that does this. You'll have to bear with me. I mean, that bit right there is the item filter. And then this little circuit here, I didn't sort of say what this was if it wasn't obvious. It is for detecting items inside this and then creating a clock that is going to activate it and dispense the items into the lava. These slime blocks are kind of awkward, and the main benefit of them is this. Getting rid of them quickly, but I don't think it's worth it actually. Building all of this, jumping up around on these things, not particularly enjoyable. You can like stick to them a little bit, which is obviously not a problem, and then pillaring up can sometimes be a little bit tricky. Of course, when you're recording it's going to work just fine, but I think next time I'm actually going to look at using a different block, and that is all of that right there put together. Don't think I've done anything wrong at all. There is glass on top of any block where mobs can spawn, and of course mobs don't spawn on redstone, so that's that bit covered. Even glass up here. I think it's ready to go. It's ready for a test. So we're going to head up top, aggravate the pigman, and see if it works. So here's what's promising. The XP comes up. I don't see any other items in and around that area. Let's jump off, spin around carefully, land on here. And yeah, no items down at that area, which is cool. This has only been running for a moment, but that's a really positive sign. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, look, there's some items there, but they're about to be pushed off. Off they go. And hey, how did you get around here? Social spawning, that's what it's all about. Yeah, so now I guess what we'd want to do is look at the area down below. And we've got all of these angry pigmen around. Okay, and it looks like only gold has made its way through at this point, and it's just been a small test, but I have seen the lights down there blinking as well, which would indicate that we built it correctly, and that makes me really happy. But as of right now, before we build any more of these item filters, we're going to take a little break and actually do something different. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the fantastic Nether hub made by Mr. Tango Tech, and I'm joined by my friend, Mr. Iskall. Number
Mr.
85.
Iskall. Yeah, when do I get the sir thing?
The sir, I don't know, I always call you Mr. Iskall. I literally, before I started recording, go, don't call him Mr. Iskall again, it's getting ridiculous. What do I do? I should be fine.
And I was on my end thinking, when is the Mr. Iskall coming? I feel honored though.
You knew it. So,
it's a gorgeous hub.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's an amazing hub, and we need to hook up a tunnel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what tunnel
Let's
this
do it.
is?
The sheep tunnel.
That is
Only
correct.
because I saw your stream and you were talking about it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna record a video with Iskall soon. I was like, what?
I decided. I just went. You know what? We worked on that project together. We're going to do the tunnel together and make a video. So I decided for you. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I got excited.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh,
check
you've
it out.
already marked the spot. Cool.
Does it? What does it say up there? Did I actually type things correctly? Oh, there. I did.
Sheep farm portal. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the portal. Look how far away it is.
It's super close.
I know
Are
you
you
don't.
having a laugh? Is this it?
Yeah. So I'm thinking what we need to do is we need to build a minecart rail. We need some boats and ice. We need all sorts of options. But nah, maybe not. Maybe not.
I was literally thinking that it would be a tunnel of 500 blocks. I don't know why though, because obviously it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's practically part of the mesa. It's part of the further away part. So as you can see, I've dug out most of it. What we need to do though is dig out 2 blocks on either side. If you come back over to where I am, I can show you why. When you stand here, you can see you've got 1 block where the andesite is, then 1 block where the cyan is, and that's going to be your wall block for the tunnel next to it.
Ah, okay.
So we dig this out by 2 blocks, and then we're all sort of good to put a design in here. You got any ideas for a design?
Not really. No, but it usually comes to me. Do we want to go maybe all natural with some mossy cobble walls and you know, kind of work off that little pen that I made?
I reckon that will go good with the idea that I've got. Basically, I've got something in mind, but I was thinking I don't want to do it all like that. I want to mix it with something else. Have you ever seen Mindcrack's Zistu's prank on Pause on Mindcrack? It's a legendary
I probably
prank.
have.
Okay, it's in his Pause on Pause's Nether tunnel, goes a long distance, then all of a sudden it breaks, and there is like a rainbow swirl that goes on for hundreds of blocks. Right?
Oh,
and Zistu's
okay.
face is on it. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, ever since I've seen that, I've always thought that would just make a great Nether tunnel, and since this goes to the sheep farm, we could have something along those lines. But I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we had a design on the bottom and the top, and then you just saw bits of like the rainbow colour coming through on the sides? You know?
Trying to understand how you mean, but yeah.
Alright, it's like
I
a
mean,
rainbow
you
swirl.
said
I
you
ain't got
have-
no coloured blocks here, apart from these ones, but you know, like different colours of the rainbow go diagonally around.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
we've got all the wool that we need at the sheep farm. It's perfect because it uses the wool to show you that it's a sheep farm portal. But if we
Yep.
just did that on the sides, then we could have your design at the top and the bottom, this sort of natural thing with the mossy cobble. It all goes together perfectly, does it not?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. So the rainbow is kind of a pixel art rainbow in front of the background of the thing.
Yes, exactly.
That is brilliant.
Okay.
Did you come up with that yourself? No, Aziz did it. Yeah.
Yeah, Zistu did it. I just always seen that and thought that's going to make a really great tunnel. I was going to do it last season for our sheep farm on Hermitcraft, but that thing was like 10,000 blocks or something ridiculous, and didn't really fancy that.
This is the whole reason that you did a sheep farm. This is the whole reason you wanted to do a sheep farm.
Yeah,
this
it was
season.
just for this tunnel. You've sussed me out.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
gotta
let's
tell you
go.
a funny story though.
Oh, okay.
No,
You
before
tell me
we
your
go,
funny story.
I gotta move this. I just had an incident in real life before I called you.
Okay.
I came home from the shop. I bought some cans of soda, and I had them in my carrier bag, and I put them in my fridge. And as I put them in my fridge, do we want to do 3 wide here? Yeah.
Yeah, 3 wide.
Yeah.
Maybe we make it bigger when we actually get to it. Was the thing we had 3
Yeah.
wide?
No, it wasn't. So we're out.
Okay, let's go get some more obsidian.
As I put the thing in the fridge, I had 1 can of soda still in the carrier bag, and something sharp fell out from the fridge down into the carrier bag, pierced the can, and it started shooting soda out. You know what happens when you pierce a soda can? It's like
Yeah. It goes.
Like a
Sometimes the can will spin around.
yeah, exactly. And that right in my face because I was standing there. I felt like a
It went up
comic
into
scene,
your
like-
face.
Yeah, like a proper movie, because I was just standing there and I got it all over my face and I couldn't move because I held it in my hand and it was just messy everywhere. So I had to take a quick shower. It was pretty bad.
Sounds hilarious, man. I know what you mean when you say like a movie, though.
Yeah, it felt exactly
Are
like
you
that.
are you
It's
pinching my
weird.
wall?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so am I. Feel free to take some.
You got a
Oh,
beautiful place going on here, by the way.
thank you.
Nicely done.
It's been
I,
developing slowly.
I love the little netherrack spots as well for
You
trim.
do? They're supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, I figured.
Ah, got you trolling me.
That was a dig.
Dig.
On
I'm
a
gonna
retail
record. You
edition?
recording?
Yes.
Do you know what I was about to say?
No.
I was about to say Mr. Iskall.
Oh, but you didn't.
It's
You
so
made it.
instinctive. Anyway, right, I'm going to go through this portal and I'm going to explain that there is a bug because I'm going to get set on fire, right? You went through here a moment ago, I got set on fire. So basically the way portals work broke, and rather than fix it, they put a patch on it, which is it takes you to the wrong place and then they go, oh, it didn't do it right, take you to the right place. And the wrong place just happens to be a place with lava in, so that's why you can get set on fire. Hi.
Hi. That's stupid, by the way. I don't like that bug. Do we need to find that lava patch so we don't have burning people coming into our
We
beautiful
could give it
tunnel?
a try, but I imagine it's going to be difficult. But I don't know, because it's just going to be like a single block of lava, you know, like hidden in the Nether, which is something that Dinnerbone added. It's not a
Little
lava lake.
patch.
Exactly, so it could be quite tricky, but we can look into it. This looks gorgeous, by the way. I love it.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's looking real good. The reason we got cobble back here is because of fire, like fire spread. We don't want, you know, we want all of our wall encased by cobble, which means down here we'd need cobble as well. So
Oh, is this going to be visible, this cobble garbage in the background behind
no,
your...
it won't be visible at all. It's there to
Ah,
protect
okay.
the wall. Anyway, yeah, we've got like the colour stuff sorted out. Let's pick up some of this as well. I've got all of the walls. Will you help me place them?
Yes.
Well, that is fantastic. Let's see. I'll give you some red, blue, purple, green, lime. Oh, I don't have a lot of cyan. I think that's all of it. Maybe did I give you yellow and orange?
I need to make space in inventory. Hold on.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty full up. We need a chest. We need a project chest. Anyway, I'm just trying to remember how the colours go. It ends with red and purple, and it starts with blue. Then cyan, green, lime, and I think yellow and orange go in the middle. So let's just start from the corner. We're gonna make it so they go like this, two at a time. So it'll be 1, 2, 1, 2. Then it'll come across by one. Green, lime, and then that's where we go. Yellow, orange,
Yep. Red.
red, purple, and then back to blue.
This is gonna look fantastic, man.
Yeah? Does it
So
transition
then
well? That's it. You've got the idea. You got the idea. Just place in the next ones.
And do these go how tall? Up to there?
They will go 5 blocks tall, I think they are. Yeah, because we need to dig away more netherrack at the top. Let's place in the red behind there. We've got some ones that need removing.
I think this looks good.
That looks great. That looks really good.
Yeah.
No, this is going to look cracking. And I've got quite
How
a
are we
lot of
gonna-
wool. It's going to disappear quickly, so we'll do more sheep shearing. But that is something.
How are you thinking about lighting?
Good question.
any-
Maybe
any
hanging
ideas?
lights from the ceiling?
Oh yeah. Let Iskall work that out, eh?
Okay, that's your job. I'll keep shearing sheep and placing wool.
Yeah.
That looks fantastic. Now, here's the one other thing I've got in mind. I don't think this is a big deal, but like, what if I'm going to use netherrack so it's easy to mine? I don't have any netherrack. You got any netherrack? I've been throwing it all away.
Yeah.
Because it's
There you
worthless.
go.
Cheers. Now, if this were a true spiral, the red would be going back like this, and then it would start,
Yeah.
you know, here. So that would be a red block. But now we've got to deal with corners as well. That's another thing altogether. Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think
a
that
little bit
makes
of a
that doesn't
challenge.
mean too much, does it? That it has to.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
We'll figure it all
I don't
out.
think you think about it. Yeah. But I like the colors, definitely.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hold on, I think that the rainbow wall is correct.
Oh, Oh, this
Yeah, it's
wall's
this
wrong.
side here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we just sort of realised we put this in the wrong place. I think if you look at the position of the portal, we did. No, wait. That's 4 wide. Is this supposed to be 3 wide? Oh, it's too
Yeah,
wide on
there's
that
3.
side. Got ya. Oh, does
Yep,
that mean
yep.
that this cobblestone wall's in the wrong place?
Yeah, I moved the cobblestone wall and then. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But you can just leave that X. You don't have to break that.
But
It's just
it's a
cobble.
waste of cobble. Like, remember,
Oh
this
my
is the
goodness.
Mesa era. This is the Mesa era. All right. We got loads of
Cobble
clay. We
is
don't have as
rare.
much cobble. That you got to treat it like it's diamonds, okay?
Mr. xisumavoid.
Oh, Mr.
Ah,
Iskall.
see what I did? See what I
I
did?
saw what you did. Ah,
This is starting to look fantastic. It's
looking
looking
great.
weird,
Yeah.
but I like it.
I got to be honest and say it's a little bit smaller than I would have liked. You know, like let's say we had more room to do what we liked here. I reckon these walls would look great with a little bit of curve in them. You know, like let's say they're a couple of blocks taller. They got a bit of like a spherical shape going on. I reckon that would be something.
And
But
and a
anyway,
gap between here would also be nice. But yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, no, I know what you mean. It's like the path is floating through a spiral of color. Oh,
what are your thoughts about these for lights? Very low hanging, like crystals, right?
my thoughts are, let's first of all just chuck these here because that's where the edge is. Yeah, no, that works fine. Yeah, that's the right height. I'm thinking maybe they're a little bit low, or they could be higher. But if you look
I
at
like
where
the fact
this is
that
going
they're
to be on
low.
the
Like
top,
they, yeah,
sorry, go
they're
on.
gonna hang in your face. They're gonna hang in your face, and I like that. So I'd have a next one maybe here.
Yeah, I would. Are you spacing them out evenly? Like I cannot place lights without spacing them out evenly.
I know you're all about symmetry and stuff.
Yeah,
I
but do you
know.
know what? It's a thing to do it like not like that. Although I reckon it will drive me mad once I start paying attention. I don't know. You do it how you like, man. That's your part right there. All of the walls have been placed down.
I'll do the. Did you have an idea for the connecting of the walls to the ceiling there? Because I was planning on like going a little bit crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me dig out some more netherrack for you. You place down the blocks how you were going to do them. I'm going to go craft some more of those walls to put on the side, and we can see it sort of come together here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There's your walls. Got to eat so I can sprint. Man, it's so annoying when you can't eat and you get slowed down. So these are going to go on the
I know.
side like that, all the way around. We'll break it up a little bit. And then you're just going to mostly be doing that, like sort of jumbled cobble up there.
Yeah, I was planning on like having a real broken up. I usually do these in my cave designs these days, but I think it really looks good. Like
It looks great.
because your eyes will be focused on the walls, right? But then once you start looking, you see all the detail that's gone into it, and I really like it. I sounded a little bit like you there for a second. All the detail that's gone into it.
You
I
did
can
sound
do
a
a-
little
I can
bit.
do it.
I was just going to suggest that netherrack right there. What if we were to put, let's see, we've got this, like, and like, oh, come on, place now. Ah, doesn't want to place through the gap.
Derp.
There we go. Like, what if that were all the way around? It was always andesite. Do you think that would bring too much structure to it? I think it brings. I don't know. They could also
quite
use stone
alright.
slabs as well. Let me get some
Yeah, I
of those in
don't.
there.
That color is disgusting though. What if we bring up the wool there?
The
Would that
wall
be
goes up
weird?
and over a little bit.
Yeah,
we
just
could
in-
try that.
just-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a bit though. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna dig up there. I'm gonna remove some of the andesite. We'll chuck in some wall up there.
Cool. Garbage X. Garbage.
Garbage. One word. One word. I
Yep.
gotta say, I agree. Entire. Where did my shears
Clashes
go?
too much with the cobble. That line is not. That
Don't
line
work.
ain't fantastic.
It don't work. We'll get rid of it. You wanted some yellow wool?
I want some yellow wool.
There's some yellow clay for you as well, apparently. Oh, you've left it. You don't want the clay?
Yeah.
Rejecting
No,
my clay.
McDonald's clay.
Are you putting it behind there? Where are
It's
you
a
putting
one
that?
missing
Oh,
here.
one.
Look.
Oh, ah.
Boop. Fixed it.
I'm terrible. I missed it. Where'd the obsidian
What do you
go?
think? I upped the portal height, So
I don't know why, but that doesn't mean anything at all.
no, and it's mustard clay. Get rid of
I don't
that.
know why. I don't even know why. Hey, that needs mining. Oh,
Oh,
oh, okay.
there you go.
That's not really going to do too much, is it? Let's see. It's,
It's a little bit of a cool thing.
it's something that's there. It's something that's there. I think actually maybe purple wool is the colour to put behind. I ain't got any
Have
shears.
you ever
So.
seen birch logs behind a portal? Actually, looks really good.
Oh, let's
Anyway,
go get some birch then. I want to try that. But yeah, what's going on here? Are we done?
I think we are. Like, there's a little bit of touch up jobs. I was gonna place some leaves maybe in the ceiling, get a little bit of that green connecting from the
Ooh.
bottom.
Okay, yeah. I'm also
But
thinking, does every entrance have to look the same? Maybe there might be a little bit of room here just to customize. I'm thinking make the entrance pop a little bit more, but I don't want to. I don't actually like change up Tango's design. I'm just thinking maybe if we pull this bit away and then we put something maybe a bit more bright and colourful right at the entrance here, like
oh yeah, I like
just
it.
for a quick sort of can we do something with that guess? Does that doesn't really pop out too much? Maybe if I put lamps there and lit them up, maybe that would help.
I think that looks pretty cool though. I like that. Do you want to put it on the bottom as well though?
Maybe. I'm thinking we'll put lamps here instead of wall, but yeah, we'll try and just make it pop out a little bit more.
But I like it. What do you think about the leaves in the ceiling? Just the odd leaves.
Yeah, definitely.
Not because I'm running out or anything, but
Alright, man, I got some chests and crafting bench here to clear up later on, but that's good. I was just saying to you a moment ago, like, if we were to try and make this portal look different from others, right, by changing this design, then it's going to look a bit messy. Then if all the other portals did that, it would just look a bit chaotic everywhere, right?
yeah. But look at the 3D effect though. We don't need it because I think it benefits us that we have this kind of pale and boring front facade. And then you look in and you
see
have
the
all
colour.
the colors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
it's gorgeous.
from further away, you don't see the colour quite as much. It's there. I don't know. You got to think like there's so many ways to do things. If you knew where everything was going to be ahead of time, you could plan out your hub so it was bigger and there was like a big sheep's face here, and then stuff could be really distinctive. But I still think that's fantastic what we got right here.
Can I just ask before you run in?
Yeah.
Why am I up there? I think I may take on the challenge to put a sheep up there instead.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You should totally do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're up there because everyone's got to go somewhere. It just happens you're above one of the projects that you built, I guess. So, yeah, your leaf blocks look good. And we put birch behind the portal.
Which looks absolutely amazing.
It does look really good back there. It just makes use of the black and the white, the little pattern, which doesn't often ever look that good. Yeah, I like
I
it.
freaking hate birch, but that's good.
You hate it. Such
Yep.
a harsh punishment for a block.
It's
All
birch,
right
man.
then.
Anyway, it's fantastic. Good
Yeah.
job.
And that's that project done. I mean, we'd already finished the sheep farm, but now the tunnel's done as well.
Yeah.
So I had a great time recording with Iskall and making the tunnel to the sheep farm. That thing turned out great. And check this out. This is all of the gold that we have collected from the rest of the hoppers and droppers and, where all the gold was going. Why did that all disappear? There we go. And that is tons of it. We've also got an additional 18. And to think how much of it was going to waste when I was getting all of these levels. We're going to get so much gold from this thing. And if you can't see it, we've got one there. We've got one over there. Can't really see that. Is that part of it? Actually, that is part of it. Yeah, there you go. That one over there. Another one up through there. All four of them are done. That's what I've been doing since we finished the tunnel with Iskall. So now we're going to go up top and give this thing a test run. There goes the XP. You gotta love that sound. Sounds amazing. We have the sounds of the other account, by the way. That's why you can hear the XP from over here. And I'm holding my looting sword as well. I've been meaning to do this test forever. Now, the way the looting trick works is when you kill a mob and you're holding the looting sword, it's because you're holding it that the effect gets applied. Not because that was the weapon that did the damage. So I don't know if it's quite the same here because we're not actually doing damage to these mobs, but they are dropping XP. So next time we're working on this project again, we will be finding out if that works. We will be making sure that the items come up through our dropper elevators, which haven't been finished yet. And, you know, working on the area up the top, doing the aesthetics, finalising everything. This thing is so close to being finished, and then we'll open it to the public as well. But one of the things we are trying to do at the moment is make some gold. So, check that out. Not so bad. This thing has been running for about 2 minutes, and that's what we got so far. The very good thing there, though, is absolutely no gold. No rotted flesh or golden swords. That's what I was going to say. That's why I said gold, because of golden swords. I have forgotten to put the lava in here though, so that's something that I need to go and do. You can see on each side there are now lots of rotted flesh and golden sword sitting there, but it shows you that it works. And I think it's been a very productive episode. We have made some major improvements to this once again. We are very close to it being done, and we built the sheep farm in the Nether. And so that's going to be it from me. Which way am I facing? I'm sort of, you can barely see me. I've got an elytra wing in my nose. It doesn't look too good. As always, peeps, thank you so much. If you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.